Hi, welcome to Forex in 4. I'm Mike Conlon for FXEDU, and in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to show you the highlights of where the action is in today's Forex market. So let's get started. Good morning. Today is Monday, April 19th, 2010. We're seeing some risk aversion in the marketplace this morning as the news of this Goldman Sachs being charged by the SEC last Friday is spreading. Now, the UK and Eurozone, they want to get into the act a little bit. They're seeking their own investigations as well. And what this does is it's sending fear through the markets that perhaps, some of these major financial institutions, they didn't act in good faith and that there could be problems going forward. And, that's going to cause a big upheaval in the markets. In addition, this volcano that's happened in Iceland has really thrown a monkey wrench into travel in Europe. I sort of half joked about it last week, but this has really been a problem. They've canceled flights all over Europe. That means people aren't flying. Commerce isn't taking place. We're actually seeing oil prices lower as they use oil as sometimes a proxy for jet fuel. So demand, because these airlines aren't flying, is lower, and it's really becoming a problem over there. So there's a lot going on in the market here today that's causing some fear. Overnight, Asian markets were down quite a bit, although we just opened up here in the U.S. and we are just flat to marginally higher, so that's not a horrible thing going on here, but there's a lot of fear in the markets, and that's causing risk aversion. Now, the first thing I want to talk about this morning is the dollar loonie here. And let's just look at it on a daily chart real quick. Daily. Okay. On last Thursday, I made a remark, and it's, sometimes the timing just, it lines up, and you don't know exactly why you're thinking it, but you do. But Goldman Sachs came out on Thursday, and they said that they, had a positive outlook for the loonie, and that, it was going to go higher. And, I thought to myself, oh no, this is horrible, because, I'm very positive on the loonie myself, but my experience has taught me that, whenever Goldman Sachs comes out and says something, you want to do the opposite of it. Don't ask me why. It's a trader's intuition. It's, just something I've noticed in the markets over years, and what's happened since Thursday. Well, sure enough. Okay, there was Thursday when I said it. There's Friday, and here we are today. The loonie is back up to just under $1.02 there. So, it's kind of funny how sometimes these things kind of play out. But, the risk aversion is in the market. We've got oil lower down to 81, so that's a reason why the loonie is lower against the dollar today. We're also seeing, if you want to take a quick look here, let's look at the Aussie dollar versus USD here. Aussie's lower, again, risk aversion, but now there's some news that this yuan revaluation in China may cause decreased demand out of China, which would hurt Australian exports. So now some folks are saying, hey, wait a second, maybe Australia raised rates a little bit too far, too fast, and they may need to take a pause for a while. So we've got the Aussie dollar down as well. Europe, oh boy, okay, here's the euro dollar, not getting clipped too hard today, but we know about the volcano situation causing a halt to commerce, but we've also got this problem in Greece. What this has done now is it's now actually transferred over to German bonds. Now, boons, as they're known, that's the gold standard over there in the Eurozone. It's basically like U.S. Treasuries, and now people are worried about Germany's creditworthiness if they have to go in and bail out Greece and possibly Portugal and all these other pigs countries. So, that's weighing on the euro as well, in addition to just general risk aversion as well. We've got the pound here. Pound's down versus dollar. It's up marginally against some of the other currencies. As you can see here, a little pop down. It's all these election worries going on. Apparently, Liberal Democrats are gaining some strength in the polls. May 6th is going to be the election, so we're going to trade on these polls till then. But actually, housing prices came in a bit higher, and they grew the fastest pace in almost 3 years. So that's pretty good. And on Wednesday, we're going to get the Bank of England's policy meeting minutes, but it's expected to show a dovish stance, which means they're not going to move on rates. So that's what's happening so far. Lastly, let's take a look at dollar yen here on the daily. Let's see, dollar actually moved around and strengthened. I want to look at this in the 5 minute. It was lower earlier. Let's take a look here. yeah, you can see from earlier today, dollar's been strengthening against the yen, as you know, a little bit of the risk is kind of taking itself out of the market. But yen's been stronger. They've got higher consumer confidence figures, highest in 3 years, because of the export-led recovery going on in Japan, so that's a good sign for the yen. But you've also got this unwind of carry trades, namely people selling the higher-yielding assets, buying back the lower-yielding assets, so that gives it a bid for yen, which is why we're seeing some yen strength. So as you can see, all it takes is a little bit of risk aversion in the markets to create a frenzy, and you know, when you get good economic figures, that's great, but you know, 1 or 2 risk events can really put a damper on things. So you know, the global recovery still is pretty fragile. We're going to have to see how this plays out going forward. We don't have too much news on tap this week for U.S. dollar until Thursday. So in the meantime, keep an eye out on the volcanoes, both the one in Iceland and the other ones metaphorically, and keep an eye on this Goldman Sachs news. You know, basically, it's sort of like you know, if Goldman you know, is found to have done some wrongdoing here, chances are that there's others who followed suit as well. So this could be the first domino to fall, and we're going to see what happens. So you know, watch out for the other risk themes this week, and good trading to all. As always, be sure to check out the written blog at www.fxedu.com to get complete coverage of today's Forex market. If you would like to learn more about how to trade the Forex market from professionals like myself, be sure to check out our affordable Forex trading courses. And if you're already a seasoned professional or aspire to be one, ask us how we can help you achieve your Forex goals. Go to www.fxedu.com to get started today.